Welcome and thank you for your interest in becoming a part of the Final Wishes advisory team. Now, as we continue to experience tremendous growth, this process allows us to duplicate our efforts while maintaining consistency within our company. And by addressing the majority of questions ahead of time, this also allows you the ability to interview for a position that you have an actual interest in pursuing. Now, over the next few minutes, we will be going in depth on the overall opportunity within our company. My name is Rusty Westfall, and I'm the founder of Final Wishes Advisors. Now, you can learn more about me by reading my bio on the Final Wishes Advisors website. Final Wishes Advisors was established in 2010, and our regional office is located in downtown St. Louis. We are an agency who specializes in serving veterans and fixed-income seniors with their final expense needs. Our mission is to leave people in a better position than how we found them, which is exactly what this business is all about. So we are going to do everything that we can to fulfill that mission for every client. So why did you apply with us? What exactly is it that you're exploring or looking for in employment? Over the years, I found that the majority of people that look into this career are those who are searching for an opportunity that is either lucrative, involves helping people, or both. My response? Be careful what you wish for. Because with the platform we provide, we guarantee that anyone with the right mindset, integrity, work ethic, coachability, and passion for this business, who plugs in and works 50-plus hours a week every week, will earn six figures in this recession-proof market that involves doing just that. Helping people, protecting families, and leaving them in a better position than how they were found. Now, the question is this: how can we make that kind of a guarantee? Well, it's actually quite simple. Because our opportunity is better than all the other final expense companies and IMOs that are out there, period. Final Wishes Advisors is partnered exclusively with Senior Life Insurance, who is not only now the third largest producer of final expense insurance in the country, but also the fastest growing final expense company too. And this quick video will help to give you a good start on understanding as to why that is.
Everyone has to start somewhere. At age 20, Senior Life Insurance Company's president, Ron Powell, got his start in the insurance industry. After 5 years, he was a millionaire, and at age 30, he bought his own insurance company. Ron Powell is a planner with even bigger dreams, and since starting, we have grown from being licensed in 6 states to over 40 states, plus Washington, D.C. Our success stems from our greatest asset, our people. We have created a place where you can build networks and relationships with people committed to your personal and professional development. As a company, we are interested in building not just our success story, but our agent success stories. So join the team where you can thrive and change your life. Dream big.
What an awesome story, folks. And that doesn't even begin to tell you about all the adversities Ron Powell has overcame in his adult life, including a brain aneurysm and a car accident in 2009 that nearly cost him his life, but it did leave him paralyzed from the waist down. What we will be covering with you today is who we are, what it is that we do, and how we do it. Senior Life Insurance is an agent-owned and operated company that was originally established as Provident Security in 1970. Now, in 1999, that's when Ron and Dale Powell, father and son team, purchased Provident Security and became exclusive in the final expense market. So the story goes like this. The next year in 2000, that's when they changed the name over to Senior Life. They were only in 6 states back then. However, after just recently picking up the state of Ohio, they are now in 41 states with plans to be nationwide within the next few short years. Now, when the president of your company started their career selling final expense insurance at the young age of 18, and that's all they have ever done, final expense. Well, there's a reason why we are on our way to becoming the top final expense company in the country. So what is final expense? I'll explain it real quick. Final expense insurance is a very simple and straightforward life insurance policy that is primarily designed to cover the immediate and high cost of funerals or cremations and other final expenses. Now, without a proper funding plan in place, families that do not have the necessary $10,000 to $20,000 they need to bury their loved one have to resort to other embarrassing methods like GoFundMe.com, fish fries, or even car washes to try and raise enough capital to cover the funeral expense. Unfortunately, oftentimes these families are unsuccessful with raising that kind of money, and the results in their loved ones being cremated instead. Now, due to the age and income demographic of this market, these policies have simplified issue, immediate death claim paying ability, and are extremely affordable with an average monthly premium of around $50. There is nothing complex about these policies, folks. One of the biggest challenges we see people facing when it comes to the planning of their final expenses is the high cost of inflation year after year. The younger you are, the better the chance you're going to live another 10, 20, or 30 plus years. And we all know that the cost of funerals will probably be double then than what they are now. In the market that we serve, the challenge then becomes affordability and trying to attain a policy for double or triple the coverage amount to help account for 30 years of inflation. Well, Senior Life looked at that problem and created a separate company called Legacy Assurance. Legacy Assurance is what separates us from every final expense IMO that is out there, and is what separates you from every agent that sells final expense coverage. Nobody does or offers what we do because Legacy Assurance is exclusive to us. Legacy Assurance was created to do two primary things for our clients and their families, starting with funeral merchandise locked in at wholesale pricing forever. Legacy members have the ability to choose from over 200 18-gauge caskets, 3 monument styles available in 3 different colors, and a selection of urns for those wanting cremation. Now, to give you an example of wholesale pricing, the average retail price a family would pay for an 18-gauge casket at a funeral home is around $5,000. $5,000, folks. Well, with Legacy, no matter which of the 230 caskets they choose from, they're locking in the price of $1,500 forever. Now, God forbid if your client had this plan for just one day and then passed the next. Well, that's about $3,000 to $4,000 on just the price of the casket alone the family is saving. And the longer your client lives, the more the family saves through inflation. Look, nearly 70% of the total cost of a funeral is made up in the casket, the vault, and the headstone. And not only can our members pre-select everything in advance, they've also locked in their prices at wholesale forever as long as they keep up their membership. Once the merchandise has been pre-selected, the member will then plan out their final wishes, what they want, and how they want everything to be handled, all the way down to the smallest detail, the flowers. Once the member passes, the family contacts Legacy Assurance, and that's where the WISH team, which stands for Where Individuals Seek Help, springs into action and negotiates the remaining expenses with multiple funeral homes in the community the family chooses. So instead of the family purchasing services they don't need, services that are not required, or emotionally overspending, the opposite occurs, causing these funeral homes more or less to get in a bidding war against each other, trying to earn the family's business. And yes, saving families $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, that is important. But what's more important is preventing any kind of a mental burden from being left on the family, and allows them to just make one phone call, and then it is done. And folks, that is priceless. There's an old saying in this business, people don't plan to fail, they just simply fail to plan. And whether you know this or not, more families are torn apart due to a death than an actual divorce. Unfortunately, most of the time it has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with the smallest, silliest, most ridiculous thing that you can think of. But allowing your clients, allowing these families to pre-plan their final arrangements in advance, and allowing the family to just make one phone call and then it is done, again, folks, that's just priceless. The program literally sells itself. In nearly every sales profession, the reason that most people fail is because they spend over 80% of their time prospecting. And if you're prospecting, then you're not selling your product. And if you're not actively selling your product, well, then you're not earning an income. It's just that simple. In this career, it is important to establish yourself as the expert advisor in your community, and we will teach you an infinite amount of marketing campaigns to get you started and to promote your services organically. Now, do we have leads? Yes. Does it take a lead to help a family and to make a sale? Absolutely not. But the good thing about leads is that they've already done the prospecting for you. Now, leads are an option, and all the leads that we provide are all generated through Senior Life Insurance. Currently, Senior Life has 4 types of leads that agents can work: television campaigns, yellow page ads, Facebook, and reply cards that are sent through the mail. Because our leads are generated through the Senior Life marketing team versus a third-party lead vendor, these advertisements are generated to produce a much higher quality lead versus a higher quantity. We are more concerned about a lead with a higher conversion rate versus a higher return rate. Here's just one example of the different television ads Senior Life runs on both a local and a national level.
In a recent study, the Bureau of Labor Statistics found the cost of a funeral has risen 227% over the last 30 years. That's almost 2 times faster than other goods and services. So what could a funeral possibly cost in 20 or 30 years? It's an alarming number, but if history repeats itself, a funeral will cost over $32,000. How can seniors pay for their funeral and not leave this debt to their family? The Senior Care Plan from Senior Life was created to help you cover your funeral costs. You could qualify for up to $30,000 in tax-free benefits that will pay for your funeral and any other final expenses. We can qualify any senior regardless of your medical history, and this is done without a medical exam. Your affordable rate and coverage amounts are locked in for life. You deserve to know what benefits are available, and this information is absolutely free. So please call the number now to protect your family from rising funeral costs. Make the free call now.
Now, just imagine if you had 20 to 30 leads that were generated from that television commercial to work every single week. How many of those do you think you'd be able to sell? Right. Pretty high amount. That is correct. Now, imagine if you had the opportunity to work one of those leads within seconds of them calling in. Well, you can actually. Introducing Leads the Way, the Uber of final expense leads. Now, how this works is the moment a prospect who called in from one of our television commercials gets off the phone with the representative who took their call, your phone will alert you with a chime. When you pull it up, Leads the Way will tell you the distance that lead is from your current location along with their zip code. All you have to do is select the lead that you're interested in working, purchase now, and it is yours to work. With this feature, folks, you can run a lead generated from one of our commercials, be in their home, and write up a policy quicker than the time it takes to order a pizza and have it delivered. It is awesome. When you first start, in addition to your personal marketing campaigns, we will provide you with a certain type and a certain amount of leads to help give you the activity and the income you need right out the gate. Within your first 30 days, once you're promoted to an agent contract, we will then finance or advance your leads every single week. There will never be any upfront or out-of-pocket cost outside of attaining your initial life insurance license and any leads you would decide to purchase from Leads the Way. All leads are exclusive to you, and they are never shared or resold for as long as you are appointed with us. We are 100% paperless as a company, and we use an e-application called SLICE, which stands for Senior Life Insurance Company Enrollment. Now, please note that one of the main requirements you would have to be able to meet for this position is having access to an Apple iPad or iPhone, as SLICE currently only operates on Apple devices. However, I'm not biased when I tell you this program is slick. SLICE does all the underwriting and all the quoting for you. This program really streamlines the initial learning process when it comes to underwriting and paperwork. And it also makes it to where you cannot make any mistakes on the application. So every application that you submit will get issued without any hiccups or errors, which is a beautiful thing. Not all parties available to sign? No problem. You can also record signatures when the policy owner, insured, or even payer is not present. SLICE is telesales friendly, allowing you to sell policies over the phone when clients wish to increase their coverage, referrals are sent your way, or when it's wintertime with 50 feet of snow on the ground. Yeah, I'd say that's a perfect day for calling on some older leads. So another nice feature with SLICE is the ability to get paid on the same day you wrote the actual policy. Every day that a policy you write gets issued, you get paid that day. 5 days a week, 52 weeks out of the year. Now, the majority of carriers that offer final expense products typically have just one or maybe a few underwriting tiers. And the problem with that is that this is not a one-size-fits-all market. It's really hard to cookie-cutter every situation. So what Senior Life did is they created 5 underwriting classes that range from a super preferred underwriting class all the way down to a guaranteed issue plan. So if you're in front of a client who is what I call disgustingly healthy, you will be able to place them in the lowest final expense rate on the market. Stair step all the way down to those who are typically uninsurable with most other companies. Let's say that your client has HIV or if they have AIDS, we can still help them. The bottom line here is that we are able to place every client we see into a program that fits their actual situation, their health, and their budget. We will not do any medical information bureaus, no MIB reports, no APS statements, no medical exams or medical records. Outside of just asking a few health questions, the only other medical background we do is a prescription drug check. That's it. And during those few moments when working with a younger family or grandkids that are living in the household, we also offer a 20-year term or even a 20-pay whole life plan that is paid up after 20 years. By having these other tools in your tool belt, you are better equipped to leave every family in a better position than how they were found. One of the most attractive things about having a career in final expense is the proven fact that it is a recession-proof market that we serve. With over 10,000 people turning the age of 60 every single day, the fact that we are not getting out of this world alive, the fact that our programs are locked in and guaranteed to never change, and the fact that our clients who are mostly retired and receiving Social Security or disability, that their incomes never change no matter what happens politically or economically, it has zero effect on our business. However, we never fully realized just how recession-proof this business really is up until COVID-19 hit the world. Unfortunately, where millions of people have lost their jobs due to companies downsizing or just closing their doors forever, we continue to experience record growth month after month in 2020 and on pace to attain growth by 45% over last year as of October the 1st. To explain how this is possible when the rest of the world was shutting down is due to the simple fact that we have the ability to sell over the phone too. So whether or not you have 10 feet of snow on the ground, Your car breaks down or you're in the middle of a pandemic, you still have the ability to work over the phone and record the applications. All you need is a phone, and Slice will take care of the rest. No special software or devices is necessary. The reason most millionaires come from the field of insurance is because of residual income. And growing long-term wealth, well, that is important to us. This is the reason that career advisors are rewarded with a lifetime renewal system. We have agents right now currently earning over $30,000 a month and managers over $100,000 a month in residual income alone. Can you imagine still receiving income every month on a family that you helped from over 20 years ago? We provide incredible annual incentive trips, with the next one at St. Riviera, Mexico. Now, qualifications for these trips, they are more than easy to attain. And once you do, you and a guest will have a red carpet, 5-star experience from the moment that you get off the plane to the moment that you hop back on to head home. Well, we want every agent who partners with us to become a part owner of the company. Now, again, Senior Life is an agent-owned, agent-operated company, and as we strive to hit $1 billion, yes, that's a billion with a B, to have an opportunity to be a shareholder with a company that attains such a feat is not only extremely rare, it's extraordinary. And we also provide major group health, dental, and vision benefits that's production-based. Going back to Ron Powell for just a moment, now, if you recall, I mentioned that in 2009, Mr. Powell got involved in a near-fatal accident that initially left him paralyzed from the neck down. For the next 2 years following that tragic event, Ron laid in the hospital as he fought for his life. Now, not only was he victorious in that battle, he eventually regained mobility in his upper body and back to running his company that, again, is currently experiencing an almost 50% increase in production from last year. And this is all during a pandemic, folks. Well, even though Mr. Powell had a great insurance plan when all that happened, he was still left with about a $500,000 tab when it was all said and done. And even though Ron was fortunate enough to have paid that off, it left him thinking about how many other families would not have been as fortunate to overcome such a high amount if something tragic were to happen to them or their family member. So that's when Senior Life revamped their medical plan to where now, after meeting a small deductible, we offer a 100% health plan where you will pay as little as $200 a month for yourself or $450 a month for you and your family. Senior Life still does the Rolex Club with $150,000 production in 12 months, which averages to about 1 policy a day. And Final Wishes Advisors, teamed up with the Blake Group, we offer a lot of the benefits and incentives on top of all these.
So what is our process? What does a typical week look like for us? Well, this is a one-call closed market, and your average appointment will generally last about an hour to an hour and a half long. Ron Powell, he will be the first to tell you that in order to be successful in this business, all you need to do is take at least 20 leads and show up at your first house Monday morning at 9 a.m., and you work till dark 30. Tuesday, you do the same thing. You show up at your first house at 9 a.m., and you work till dark 30. Wednesday, repeat that process by showing up at your first house at 9 a.m., and you work till dark 30. Folks, if you can follow that simple system, you will earn over 6 figures a year. And if you weren't able to get it done by Wednesday, well, you can do it again on Thursday and even Friday if you need or want to. Now, you already hit your goal by Wednesday, but you want to help more families and you want to earn more money? Well, you take more leads and you work an extra day or two. It's simple, folks. Here's the bottom line. If you work 50 hours a week and with just a 4 policy per week average, that comes out to a $60,000 a year income. Folks, that's less than 1 policy a day, 5 days a week. Not only that, but about 40 to 50% of the appointments you run usually result in multiple policies when helping a husband and a wife, or you've got an 80-year young lady and her adult son is residing with mother, or mother is residing with him, to help care for her. And again, it's going to result in multiple policies, not just one. Again, if you just averaged 4 policies a week, every week, that's $60,000 a year. And this doesn't even include your pay-through or your renewals you continue to earn, nor any overhead. Now, if your batting average improved by just 2 policies, now with an average of only 6 policies a week, folks, that right there comes out to $100,000 a year. And the reality is you should be averaging more like 8 to 10 policies a week, not 6.
Once you've sustained a certain level of consistency and now ready to grow and build a team of your own, still averaging 6 policies a week, and now with a team of 8 other agents, all averaging around 4 policies a week, you would then be producing an average income of around $250,000 per year. Now, allow me to make one thing very clear. This is not multi-level marketing. One must first attain a certain level of success consistently before they are promoted to a leadership role where they can begin building an agency of their own. The purpose of this example, along with the next few slides I'm about to show you, are to simply demonstrate the growth and advancement opportunity within our company, something that most people are looking for, the ability to grow and advance within a company.
Like in any business, when your team has grown to a certain size, you no longer have enough time to continue selling, as your focus then shifts to agent recruiting, training, and developing. So in this next example that you see, when you've grown to a team of 30 agents, all producing an average of 4 policies a week, that comes out to $500,000 of income a year. $500,000, folks, 30 agents. And when that group doubles in size to 60 agents, all still doing an average of 4 policies a week, that's $1 million a year you are now earning. Look, I've been saying this for years, that the opportunity as a personal producer in this business, it's unbelievable. But the opportunity as an agency owner, it's borderline incomprehensible. The question is, how bad do you want it? How many families do you want to help, and how much money do you really want to make? In order to really succeed in this business, you don't need an advanced degree in rocket science, and you don't need to have 50 years of sales experience either. But I will tell you that you got to be willing to work some long hours in the beginning. This is not a part-time business, which is why we do not hire part-time agents. And you must also have integrity, be self-motivated, have a strong work ethic, be independent, coachable, well-organized with good time management, a giving mentality, the ability to handle rejection, and a strong, positive mindset. If you possess these characteristics, there is absolutely no limit as to what you can do with this opportunity. Because final expense insurance is an actual life insurance policy, you must have an active life insurance license in order to get appointed with Senior Life and market our products. If you are not currently licensed, but you do have a clean background, reside in any state outside of the state of Illinois, and hoping to pursue an opportunity with us, we offer a scholarship program to help you with the initial licensing cost. The vendor we use is Excel Testing Solutions. Excel provides a 7-day course with 1.5 to 2-hour modules each day, preparing you to take your state exam on the 8th day. This vendor has the highest success rate with students passing their state exam on the first attempt 92% of the time. Now, the cost for this course is $200, but after plugging in our agency code, we are then billed the lion's share of that, leaving you with just a $40 tab. Now, the reason we have it set up that way is so that way you still have some sort of skin in the game. There is a $40 incentive for you to complete the course, take the exam, and finish the process.
As exam fees vary from state to state, the average exam fee will be around $40, and once you pass your exam, the initial cost of your license will be somewhere around $100 depending on the state.
If you reside in the state of Illinois and you've never had a life insurance license in that state before, we would be able to sponsor you to come in on a temporary license that would be good for 90 days. Illinois is one of 3 states that allows a temporary license. Because of this, we would be able to get you licensed, trained, running appointments, and earning an income right out the gate. while you're in the process of attaining your permanent license.
Outside of your initial licensing fees, the only other upfront cost would be the $65 background fee Senior Life requires before you can get appointed with a carrier and finish the process. Folks, this is a small drop in the bucket compared to the cost of other professional licenses, kind of like a realtor's license, along with the amount of income you will be earning once you get going. Now, training is something that we take very serious. We know that we cannot be successful unless you are, which is why we invest so much into every new agent that we bring on board. Now, you would start off by having complete access to our advisor resources site, where you would have 24-hour online access to every tool that you can imagine. You will also attend a 2-day training class in St. Louis, Missouri. It's called Final Wishes University. That will dramatically simplify and streamline the initial learning curve. Development, that's an ongoing thing. That never ends, which is why every single morning, Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 8 Central Time, we hold a 30-minute daily web conference training call that is hosted by a different leader within our company. And then finally, once a month, we have a monthly team meeting and workshop on the second Friday of every new month here at the regional office in downtown St. Louis.
Here's the deal. If you are looking for a lucrative career that involves helping families protect their loved ones, a simple and streamlined turnkey system in a recession-proof market that pays a residual income where you're vested from day one, a company that provides a solid lead program, invests in their agents, and offers all kinds of benefits and incentives with the ability to grow in advance, then you might have just found your home. From Slice to Leads the Way to Legacy Assurance, we have the complete package for any person with the right tools, work ethic, and passion to have an absolutely amazing career with our company.
If you have not spoken with a member of our team yet, someone will be reaching out to you soon for a brief screening to determine suitability. However, if you have already spoken with a member of our team prior to watching this overview, your next step is to now schedule your interview, which should only take a few minutes to complete. Please do not schedule your interview appointment for more than 1 week from today. And if you encounter a scheduling conflict, please contact our office right away.
You have 24 hours from the time that you receive this invitation to complete this next step. Failure to follow this request within this time frame could result in your application being declined, so don't wait, and let's get it done now. In this interview, we will determine if we feel you are a good fit for us and this business, and we will also address any remaining questions you might have. If we extend you an offer to join our team, our goal is to get you licensed, contracted, trained, and in a position to start running appointments, protecting families, and earning an income in less than 2 weeks. If you're already licensed, then you can cut that process down to just 1 week. On behalf of Final Wishes Advisors, thank you for your time. We provide quality products for the most important and needed demographic in the world, and we pride ourselves in helping people create a career that is so rewarding in both the money and in the difference that you can make. If you feel you've got what it takes, we look forward to your next interview.